Hello everyone, it's John Cope from Cope Racing Transmissions. Welcome back to the CRT channel. Today I'm going to do a quick one. It's not going to be very long, it's not going to be very technical, but it's going to be very, very cool. I have a friend who owns a BLUESMOBLE, and it is probably one of the nicest ones that, as far as originality, sticking true to the original BLUESMOBLE. It's really cool. It's a 440 car, of course, and he did the motor, the transmission, the suspension. It's got the PA on it. It's really cool. He was very kind of us, or kind of him, to take me and my buds around Joliet when the Blues Brothers were playing there, and that might have been their last time, and which was my first time seeing him. So it was an awesome trip. So anyways, he's going to take his BLUESMOBLE on a power tour, and he wanted to make some improvements to the valve body, so I'm building him a valve body. But as many of you guys know me, it's not going to be just any valve body. It's going to be automatic shift for a 727 with a shift kit in it, one of our shift kits that we make here. And I got the valve body cleaned up and all laid out. And I'm just gonna go through it real quick and show you again for the 1000th time how I whip valve bodies together, and then show you what I did to the valve body to make this special. This video is gonna come out after Tony receives the valve body. Today is Thursday, the 22nd. It's gonna get shipped today, and he's gonna receive it Friday on May 23rd. So I'm gonna wait till after he has it in his hands, because what I've done was a surprise for him, and I know he's gonna dig it. So like every other valve body, the run-of-the-mill, it's just, like I said, an automatic shift. I've made the modifications to the separator plate already and to the main body. I got all the valves cleaned up with their particular springs that I replace. I have my own pressure regulator spring, my kickdown spring, then I have a 1-2 timing spring for the 1-2 shift valve that evens out the wide open throttle shift points. So if you have, let's say at wide open throttle, it shifts at 4 grand and in the second, and then 4,400 into third, this spring will balance that out. And then the seal and everything, the park throttle module, which is, of course, I added, we're on a mission from God on there, and a few other things. On the pressure regulator cover, I put the BLUESMOBLE's license plate. And let's see if any of you Blues Brothers fans know. I'm sure everyone knows what that means. But if you do, put it in the comments so other people know what it means. I put on this plate, it's got a cop motor, 440 cubic inch plant, cop shocks, cop tires, cop suspension. I'm saying that wrong. And a Cope valve body, the little thing on there. And I started experimenting on the laser machine, and I'm starting to pick up how to put better graphics on there. And I thought this was probably the best one that I did. Little Jake and Elwood there with the BLUESMOBLE on it. Then this one is at the top. It's got my logo on it, the silhouette of the city of Chicago, some music notes, and a treble clef. That's what that's called, if I remember that from high school, and a Catholic cross. So I'm going to put all this on the valve body as I put it together. And most of you guys know me, I always like to do something special for customers and friends. Usually I just put their name on it and whatever, but you all know that I'm a Blues Brothers freak, and I'm doing this for a friend, so it's pretty cool. So let's turn the jukebox on, and I'm going to go ahead and put the camera down so you guys can see us, or see us. There I go again. There I go again with the us. There is no us at CRT. It's just me. And I really like it that way. The older that I get, the more I don't like people. I just rather be by myself. So, all right, well, stick around, guys. We're gonna play some tunes, and we're gonna put this Val body together. That's going in Tony's '74 Dodge Monaco Bluesmobile. I'm not answering it. So I was a freshman in high school. Hold this up so you guys can see it. I normally don't build this way, but you're gonna want to see what I'm doing, right? I wonder if I can put this camera more like that. In 1980, I was a freshman in high school, TF North High School in Calumet City, and the summer of 1980. When the movie came out, the Blues Brothers movie, I was riding my bike in my yard, and I heard this music coming from the mall. The mall was right in our backyard, and so I rode my bike over to where the music was, and it was the premiere of the Blues Brothers movie in Calumet City. I think this is the dead battery. So they played that soundtrack. They had these huge speakers up on the roof, and they were playing the soundtrack. And so when I rode over there, they were they had one of the original Bluesmobiles there with Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi and a whole bunch of press and movie trucks or news trucks and whatever. How does that look? That's just too damn cool. So that's how I got hooked on the Blues Brothers. I seen the big grand opening, or is that what they call it? The premiere or the debut, or I don't know, of the movie happened in our hometown. It was awesome, and I learned the music from listening to the soundtrack before the soundtrack even came out on. Well, back then it would be on either vinyl or records or cassettes. So that's how I got into it. It was pretty cool. So I've been a Blues Brothers fan ever since, and it's kind of like everybody in Calumet City, at least now, and even back when I was in high school or whatever, after high school, they knew that the Blues Brothers, and it took a while after the movie, that they were, originated in Calumet City. Kind of a cool thing, They have some that, and actually that all stems from the reason why they picked Calumet City, because John Belushi used to come to Sin City to party, which Sin City was Calumet City. It was a part of the town that got a nickname. That got built It was a strip of. It was a. Sin City was State Street and State Line, Calumet City and Hammond. Okay. And there, I don't know how many, 50, 60, maybe more in its heyday. Strip joints, liquor stores, bars, in Calumet City, and everybody from Chicago and around came to Calumet City for that action. And it's been said that John Belushi had come down there and got influenced by some of the music. And that's why they used Calumet City as their I gotta make sure you guys can see this. They use Calumet City as their home base. Phillips, how did that get in there? I need more torques. So seeing how I was, you know, have a lot in common. I always liked the blues. I first got into like some of the bluesier Led Zeppelin. I like the slower Led Zeppelin, not so much the faster stuff. And their first few albums were just rip-offs of blues people. So Robert Johnson, they stole a lot of Robert Johnson stuff. And so, anyways, I kind of like that music. You know, I was always like a Dodge kid or Mopar kid because my dad had Dodges. And what else? Oh, I went to a Catholic school. So yeah, we had penguins for teachers. And I don't know, when I look back on it, it was a good this one is the, sorry my big old clunker hands are in the way. It was a good upbringing. Now that I look back at it, when I was in Catholic school, I hated it. You know, you had to wear a uniform. You know, you had to go to church every morning before school. So that means you went 5 days a week to go to school. You went to church. Let's see, could I see that in there? I can't get too close to this stupid camera because it goes blurry, and I think it goes blurry because the light in here is not that great. When I did the dipstick video, I couldn't believe how clear it was after I got done editing it. Is because I used those lights. You use those filming lights with the umbrella in front of it and all that stuff for the green screen. Which was the first time I used a green screen, and I can't tell you how long. It was just sitting in the office. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to use that. So I did. I think this plate's my favorite one. Let's see if I can hold it so you can see it good. I don't want to get too close because it'll get blurry. It's got the silhouette of the city of Chicago, the music notes, the Catholic cross, and then Jake and Elwood. Yeah, Tony's gonna love this, man. He's gonna be like, oh, I am all over that. So, and I like doing special things like this for people, you know. It's a way to show your appreciation how when people and I've known Tony on Facebook for a while, but and we only hung out a little bit, you know, but when we did, man, we hit it off. It really was a great time. But when, you know, you have so much in common with another dude, you know, coming from the same area and all that other stuff. And I had to kind of bend his arm a little bit to go to this blues show to see the Blues Brothers in Joliet. But I'm glad he went because we had a ball. It was me, Tony, Dougie, and Chris, and it was freaking awesome. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you anyways. I got married in 1990 to Elaine, and during our reception, they played the soundtrack to the Blues Brothers. It was awesome. I got some videotape of that, and if I can find it quickly, I'm going to insert it right here. If I don't find it, you're just going to have to take my word for it. But I thought I had that transferred to digital. Okay. This is going together pretty quick. I got the shift valves in there, which I usually always like to air check. Do you guys know you can air check the shift valves? I don't know if you can see that or not, but I'm going to try to get that so you can see it. I always do the kick down valve. I mean, I can feel it. They're free when they're going in, you know. But all I got left now is the rooster comb, manual valve. I always like putting a brand new isolator on it for the neutral switch. Unless that's perfectly perfect, I always replace these because these are what, 40, 50 years old now, and they get brittle. So you're just better off. I don't have these individually on my website, but I should put them on there. You know, but then I'll have some guy from Australia buy one. And what are they? I don't know, $10 for that and a rivet, and then he'll order one from Australia and then bitch how much it costs to ship the part. They're like, that's such a small part. I'm like, yeah, but you're on the other side of the world. I also sell these 3-wire pigtail harnesses for the 46 RHs. Holy smokes, those things are going everywhere. And a lot of them are to foreign countries, and they just buy one. And then we're like, okay, you know how much it's going to cost to ship this one product all the way to whatever country you're at? And then they're like, oh, forget it. I'm like, well, I don't know, what were you expecting, you know? Sometimes it's, you know, now if you bought multiple parts, you know, let's say you bought a kit and a band and a valve body, you know, it's going to be a little bit more, but you're getting a lot more shipped. And they just don't understand that. So anyways, today is, did I say that today's date? I don't remember, I gotta check. Today is May 22nd. And on May 25th, which is next Tuesday, I officially turned into an old man. A crusty old man. I turned 60. I mean, in my brain or in my heart, I still feel like I'm 21. I feel like I'm in my 20s. I still act like a dumb kid. But my body and is catching up with me, definitely. And it's weird to say that I'm going to be 60. I can't get that in my brain yet. So there we go. Yep, John Cope's gonna be 60. So I thought that looked bad. I'm hoping in 2 years to be done with all this, but at least on this scale. I mean, you cannot not work. I cannot. I don't know how I would feel not be able to come in and build bell bodies. You know, I'm not going to quit working, but I really want to cut back. If I could, it would be ideal, and I don't know if it's even possible, to only work like 3 days a week. Or at least 4 days a week at first, and then cut it down to 3 days a week. You know, and then have a 3-day weekend. That way you would be, what do they call it? Semi-retired? Wow, wow, wow. Oh, wrong way. This is a forward manual. It's a forward shift, automatic shift. First gear. Oh, he lost the race. He shipped from 1 to 3. Prematurely shifted early. All right, let's go through all the gears. Park. Reverse. Neutral. First. Second. Drive. No, it's the other way. Drive. First. Second. Drive. Get used to these automatic shift forward manuals. But this could be a nice shifting valve body. Let's not get no lint in there. I think he's there again with the lint. I think Tony's gonna convert this over shortly, anyways, to an overdrive, so to a 46. But it's gonna be a 46 RH. So he wants to leave it. He wants to leave it automatic shift, which I don't blame him, because it would kind of look silly to have a shifter in there. All right, I don't even remember what I was talking about. I don't know. I'll see it when I go to edit it, but I can't remember. Oh yeah, being semi-retired. I want to retire. There you go. I said it. It's out there. I've told my friends that, though. They know. You know. And I think one of the biggest reasons why is because I saw my dad retire late in life. And then, you know, he only had a few years to enjoy his retirement. He got sick, lung cancer, and then, you know, he did a few things, but not as much as I think he could have done. He too worked his whole life, you know, worked his ass off. So I don't know. I'm going to be a little selfish, I guess. You know. Is that all right? Is that bad? I'm looking forward to it. Spend my weekends on the lake. All right. We got all the right size bolts in here. Batteries are going dead. Oh yeah, what a difference, huh? There you have it. It's done. The world's very first custom-built BLUESMOBLE valve body. Oh, we're out of check balls. I had to sneak that in there. Griner would be proud. Uh-oh. I see something goofy on this. What in the hell? I gotta take this thing back apart. What? Why is there no hole right there? Look at that is converter exhaust. It exhausts from the converter, comes down, and goes to the cooler. There's no hole there. So I wonder why. Chrysler did that for a reason. So I gotta take this thing apart and find out why that is. I've never seen that before. But Tony's got a, he's going, what is it? No, what's he doing? The Hot Rod Power Tour is coming to Indiana here, and it's in 3 weeks. So if you guys want to see his BLUESMOBLE, check it out and catch him on the Power Tour. So I'm going to take this valve body apart, and I'm not going to bore you with it. But I'll let you know what I find once I do. So hang on 1 second. All right, well, I've seen this before in the past, and I'm not sure why Chrysler did it this way, but I'll try to explain it as best as I know how. If you see, this separator plate doesn't have the exhaust hole for the torque converter where it does here. So how it works is, this is the oil to the cooler. I should probably get a pick instead of my short chubby fingers. This hole feeds the torque converter. This hole, the converter exhaust goes to it, then it goes through the switch valve. This hole's a bolt hole, and then this hole goes to the cooler. Here, this is the hole that feeds the converter, and then there's no hole to exhaust the converter. Partially, part of that converter is, if I move the separator plate, you can see clear as day on this one, this is the feed passage, this is the exhaust passage, this is to the cooler passage. This is the feed passage and the exhaust passage and the cooler. It's all one. Look again. See the partition right here? Feed, exhaust, cooler. Feed, exhaust, cooler is all one. I'm sure one of the Chrysler engineers can tell you, if he's still alive, why Chrysler did that. I've seen these valve bodies around before, and I usually try to avoid them. I don't know if they're like from, you know, like a forklift or a snow, one of those snow machines they would put Chrysler motors in, or something that just ran, let's say, it ran a generator or something. I'm not sure what this is details. I'm going to try and find out, but I'm not going to do it now. So this was the matching separator plate and lower casting for the valve body. So I'm going to switch it over to the one that I see in 99.9999% of all Chrysler valve bodies, which is this. Tony's already got issues with having too high of a stall torque converter. I certainly don't want to give him something that's going to make it worse. I want his cooler to run cool, so I went back into my inventory and got this to substitute for this. What I won't do for a friend. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and put this valve body back together with this other channel plate and the other separator plate with all the BLUESMOBLE stuff on there. So I guess there was some technical. I just can't give you the absolute answer of why Chrysler did that. It's kind of weird, you know. It's weird to the point where I'm not gonna use, you know. I like sticking with what I know. I'm gonna drill the holes for this thing for the separator plate, put it back together, and give it to my daughter. She's gonna ship it to Tony, and tomorrow he's gonna open it. And I think after he opens it, then I'm gonna put this video out for everybody to see. I'm sure you'll see him down in the comments. If you're on his Facebook page, I'm sure he'll comment something on it. I know he's gonna love it. So this one's for you, Tone. All right. That being said, I'm out of here. I'm done. It's over. And thanks for checking in, and we'll see you on the next one.